What's up, YouTube? I just thought I'd do a quick video. Bought a police car at auction, cheap, it's good value. You can find these, but they always come with graphics and other stickers and stuff on them that make them difficult to paint or do anything with. So I see a lot of people with heat guns and scrapers and solvents and chemicals and stuff trying to remove these decals. And while any of those methods may work eventually, God only knows how much brain damage you'll suffer from the fumes, or how much frustration you'll experience trying to scrape them off or heat gun them off. And the heat gun method in particular leaves behind a glue layer, which is also a nightmare to remove. So I think there's got to be a better way, because when you got a car this size that's covered in graphics, if you want to do anything like paint it, you have to remove all that crap, and you can't sand it because the glue gets gummy. So I thought I would show you there is a way to do this, and if you took it to a body shop and if they didn't have the means to media blast it, this is what they would do. 3M and a number of other companies make these. It's kind of a natural rubber wheel. It goes in a drill or any kind of air implement that doesn't go too fast. And it's basically an abrasive friction kind of process that chews up the decal and then chews up the glue, and then the dust and particles that come off the rubber as it wears down bonds with the glue, and then you can just wipe it off. So I thought I would show you the easy way, relatively easy anyway, to get decals off of a vehicle like this, especially one like this that's been baked on for 10 years, and it's a 4-layer. So it's got an adhesive layer, a reflective layer, a color layer, and then a top laminate sealant layer. Any of the other methods can at best remove 1 layer at a time, so you end up doing this job 4 times, which is just miserable. It's a waste of time. So I will try my best to show you kind of what the technique is here, but in essence this is friction. So imagine like taking your fingernail or your pad of your finger and rubbing it across the surface to peel it up a tiny bit at a time, and that's what this does at 4,000 RPM. So just to show you real quick, you want even pressure, you don't want it to bounce. The wheel will wear out, but I've done 1/2 of the vehicle already, and I've probably got, I don't know, I probably have enough left to finish this side on this wheel. But these wheels are about 15 bucks. A bunch of different people make them, 3M and others. They come with the ones with the vented sides, solid ones. From what I understand, they all work about the same. The trick is to keep even pressure, only enough pressure to lift the decal. You don't want to burn the paint. And another thing is, this only works on good, hard, like 2-stage paint, 2-pack paint. So something that's got a hardener in it. If you got a cheap enamel paint job and decals over it, you may tear up the paint because it's not as durable as something like this with its base coat clear from the factory. So just quickly show you won't be able to hear me, but if you put pressure on it, you don't want it to bounce. If it's bouncing, push harder. And you want to put just enough pressure for it to lift the decal, but not so much that you burn. It's a good idea to clean it real well before you start, and then obviously afterward hose it off or blast it off with air. You may need to go back and machine polish the paint, because any dirt or particles or crap trapped in there will scratch the paint, but it will not damage to the point where you have to repaint it. You just have to go back potentially and buff it. So let's see if I can do this holding the camera, but basically hold it on the surface, get the drill running, and then chew up the decal. So I'll do this little section here. Yeah, unfortunately I'm not able to do this one-handed, so I'll do a section here and then show you what it looks like. There you go. That took off about 2.5, 3 inches in about the time. So I apologize for the noise, but this is not a fun job. It's not a clean job. It gets shit everywhere. It's hot. It's miserable, but it is better than any of the other methods I've tried or seen anybody else try. So if you see one of these at your local parts store, I would give it a shot. Almost anybody's got a drill. Do use a corded drill. This is a really cheap one. I don't care. It's going to tear it up. You're going to get crap in it. It's going to wear the bearings because of the vibration and the strain. But honestly, go to Harbor Freight and get you a $10-15 drill master single speed drill, and this will make quick work of a job like this. I mean, realistically, you could strip a whole car of decals like this one has inside of maybe 2 hours. Whereas with the paint gun, cleaners, and solvents method, it would take you days and days and days. So that's my opinion. I would give these a shot. They're cheap. They're like 15 or 20 bucks. And each one of these, depending on, you know, how good you are with it, could do a car and then still have some left. But give it a shot. I think this is the best way to do it. And then when you're done, you're left with a surface that with minimal polishing looks like brand new again. So I walk over here, show you the other side of the car where I've already stripped it off and then buffed it some. You can see that the buffed paint looks pretty damn good. Nice and glossy, no defects. And this was all completely covered, just like the other side was. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you got any questions, let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll do more like this in the future. This is a 2007 P71 Crown Victoria Police Interceptor, 4.6 liter, 124,000 miles, and I paid $1,300 for it, cold AC. So not a bad deal. Look on Gov Deals and see if you can find you one for yourself.